Hi, I'm Terry Schreiber, and I'm here to answer some of the questions you might have about my acting classes.
Hi Terry, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Good.
What are some of the key elements that you will distinguish your teaching style?
Well, I really believe in, first of all, body work, relaxation work as a way of getting to your concentration. And the concentration being able to open up your imagination. I don't think you can have one of those steps without the other. And the body work that we do, the relaxation work, working on where your tension gets in your body, because tension blocks access to feelings, how we can open up those tense areas and let the feeling happen, and getting in touch with your body, getting grounded.
You assign some specific individual exercises, some classics, and I know one of them is called the effective memory or emotional memory. Can you talk a little bit about how you structure that?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful exercise. Obviously, I do some exercises with you before that, but it is like you're playing a character and the character gets into an emotion that is very difficult for you to show people, or feelings that are very difficult for you to show people. I ask you to pick an event at least 7 years ago, preferably when you were a kid, where you experienced that emotion. And then I will work with you on recreating that event from a sensory point of view, and we'll get to a certain point where I'm going to say, now will yourself forward to the event. So you're not telling a story, you're reliving that event, hopefully to free that emotion that you're having trouble getting to, or wanting to show people, or open up.
And eventually you help the student pick a monologue that they can apply that to?
Yeah, we're going to work through a second step with it where you have an overall activity. Let's say that you're running 15 minutes late and you've got tasks to do and some obstacles with those tasks. Meanwhile, your inner monologue is your emotional recall. Then once we have that, we're going to come back to a third step where you pick a monologue from a play and apply this exercise to it.
Along with the individual exercises, you assign a scene, and every month a student is assigned a scene. And how do you go about working on scenes with students?
Working on scenes, I want to set up your own rehearsal process with a partner. Of how you sit down and read through that script, how you break it down into beats. And then I don't want any partner directing the other partner. I want you to do your work about finding what your objective is in this scene. It may be part of the character's overall objective, but what did I come on stage to do in this scene? And it usually breaks down to get or give from that other partner.
How do you go about assigning scenes? I know you do assign them, but what choices do you make?
When I'm initially working with somebody, I think I've got a very good casting eye, and I cast them in a scene that I think they'd be comfortable with, that I could see them doing. And I may keep them doing that same kind of character for a little while, so they get really confidence about it. So if they walk into an audition and that's what's called for, they can turn it on a dime. Okay? Then I want to start to stretch. And I want them to take some roles on that scare the hell out of them. And you got a permission. This is a safe and supportive atmosphere. It's not about performing for the class or entertaining the class or me. It's about the work process and how to break that down.
And finally, how does an acting class, and your class specifically, help an actor get work and audition better, since most of your students are working actors or looking for work actors?
I think it gives you a confidence, and you build a confidence, and it's a place to work out. It's like being an athlete. An athlete, the season ends, the athlete just doesn't wait for the next spring training camp. The athlete stays in shape the whole time. And I think an actor has to do that. You can't act in your living room. You need to be in a class with other actors, working on some acting problems that you found the last time you did a show. It's about growing and finding that you're in a safe place, that I can take chances, I can take risks, I can work on some things I've always wanted to work on. And I can grow in that. I can grow in my confidence. So when I get an audition, I walk in the room with much more confidence about I know how to work and I know what to bring in.
Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.